January 3rd, 2026. Under the cover of night, U.S. forces launch a daring military operation in Caracas. Their target, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. By dawn, Maduro is in U.S. custody, and Venezuela has a new leader, Delcy Rodríguez. But who is she? And why is the world watching her every move? This isn't just a regime change, it's a high stakes gamble with global consequences. Welcome to Spotlight 3.0, where we break down the stories that matter, clearly, visually, and without the noise. On January 3rd, 2026, the U.S. captured Nicolás Maduro in a nighttime raid, transporting him to New York to face charges of narco-terrorism. Within hours, Venezuela's Supreme Court ordered Maduro's right-hand woman, Delcy Rodríguez, to assume the presidency. Rodríguez, a lawyer and longtime Maduro loyalist, was sworn in on January 5th, backed by the military and her brother, Jorge Rodríguez, who heads Venezuela's National Assembly. But here's the twist. The U.S. didn't back Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado. Instead, they're working with Rodríguez, a pragmatic insider with deep ties to Maduro's regime. Rodríguez isn't new to power. She's been Maduro's vice president since 2018. And before that, she served as foreign minister, economy minister, and even president of the controversial Constituent Assembly. She's also the first woman to lead Venezuela, and her rise is steeped in personal history. Her father, a communist revolutionary, was tortured to death by Venezuelan secret police when she was just 7 years old. Analysts say her career has been fueled by a mix of ideology, pragmatism, and revenge. Did you know? Rodríguez once donated $500,000 from Venezuela's state oil company, Citgo, to Donald Trump's 2017 inauguration, a move that raised eyebrows and paved the way for her U.S. connections. Rodríguez's leadership matters for three reasons: oil, stability, and U.S. strategy. Venezuela sits on the world's largest oil reserves, and Rodríguez has signaled she's open to working with the U.S., as long as it benefits Venezuela. Trump's administration has made it clear they want access to Venezuela's oil, and they're willing to bypass the opposition to get it. Rodríguez, in turn, has offered to collaborate, but she's also warned the U.S. not to push too hard. As she put it, Venezuela is open for business, but we are not a colony. Her appointment has sidelined Machado, the opposition leader who won a landslide in Venezuela's 2024 election, an election Maduro stole. The U.S. is betting Rodríguez can stabilize the country, but critics call this a deal with the devil. Rodríguez is no Democrat. She's a Chavista hardliner who's overseen Venezuela's economic collapse and crackdowns on dissent. Yet, she's also a skilled negotiator who's courted both Wall Street and the military. The question now, can she deliver stability without democracy? Here's what most media isn't telling you. Rodríguez's rise is a calculated risk for both Venezuela and the U.S. For Venezuela, she's a continuity candidate, a way to keep the Chavista elite in power while easing U.S. sanctions. For the U.S., she's a pragmatic partner who can deliver oil without the chaos of regime collapse. But there's a catch. Venezuela's constitution requires elections within 30 days if the presidency is vacated. No one's talking about elections. Instead, Rodríguez is ruling by decree with the military's backing. And then there's the personal angle. Rodríguez's brother, Jorge, is now president of the National Assembly, making the Rodríguez siblings the most powerful duo in Venezuela. Their loyalty? Not to democracy, but to survival. Rodríguez has already warned the U.S. that if they don't play ball, she'll resist, just like Maduro did. Meanwhile, thousands of Venezuelans are protesting, demanding Maduro's return and real change. The EU refuses to recognize her as president, calling her rule illegitimate. So, what's next for Venezuela? Rodríguez has 90 days to prove she can stabilize the country. The U.S. wants oil, the opposition wants elections, and the Venezuelan people, they just want a way out of crisis. But with Maduro in a U.S. prison and Rodríguez in charge, one thing is clear. This isn't the end of Chavismo. It's a new chapter, one where pragmatism might trump ideology, but democracy is still on hold. If you want to stay ahead of the story, hit subscribe. Spotlight 3.0 breaks down the headlines that shape our world without the spin.